Welcome to today's class. Myself, K. Manjula, Assistant Professor of Physics, Dr. BRR Government Degree College, Jagchalra, Mahbubnagar District. In this class, I am going to discuss the contents which you are observing in this slide, that is motion of rocket. In this motion of rocket, we are discussing about again that thrust act on the rocket, thrust acting on the rocket, and acceleration of the rocket. Third one, velocity of rocket at any instant in two cases, that is without considering the gravitational force, and in the case of external gravitational force, that is weight of the rocket. Next, multi-stage rocket and design. These contents we are going to discuss. Let us see. That is coming to the motion of rocket. In this slide, you are observing the rocket system. This is motion of rocket is example for variable mass system, which we have already discussed. This principle, the principle which involved in this rocket is, that is Newton's third law. Based upon this Newton's third law, rocket works. That is, or conservation of linear momentum also we can place. Next, how the rocket moves is that the rocket contains a fuel chamber. See, this is suppose this is a fuel chamber. This fuel chamber contains a fuel. When the fuel burns, a high pressure is developed in this fuel chamber. So, what happens is the gases eject from the nozzle with high speed by applying some force in the downward air. So this is nothing but a action. So this is means the gases ejects from the nozzle with high speed, which is that is considered to be action. According to, means if this is action, according to Newton's third law, for every action there is an opposite and equal reaction. So the reaction due to the the reaction acts on this rocket in this direction. This due to this reaction, the rocket moves like this. As long as the gases are ejecting from the nozzle, the rocket moves on going in upward direction. So this is the motion of the rocket system, how the rocket moves. Here this is the, means here you are observing, that is due to this action a rocket moves opposite direction to the this. So this is the motion of rocket system. So our aim is to calculate the what is its velocity. Suppose after some time, if we want to calculate the after time t, what is its velocity and what is its acceleration, and on which factors this acceleration depends. Let us see all those things, all these things, that is see here in this slide, in this one. So what is the first, let us take our mass of the system. So see here, at time t, the mass of the rocket here we have to consider the addition of, that is mass of empty rocket plus mass of fuel, say that is capital M. See this. Similarly, the rocket moves with velocity, say that is V. Then as the rocket moves, its mass decreases, means the gases ejects from the nozzle. So automatically the mass of the rocket decreases. So the rate change of mass dm by dt can be taken as a here minus value, which we have already discussed. If the mass decreases, this rate change of mass is taken as a negative value, and if the mass increases, for that for those systems, dm by dt should be taken as a positive. For this system, this dm by dt is taken to be as a negative. Here, in this slide, you are observing that the negative sign indicates that the mass of the rocket decreases. Similarly, this already you know, that is velocity of gases. Suppose this is a rocket. So the gases are ejecting from like this. Say the velocity of these gases, that is u. This is u. Similarly, the rocket moves in upward direction with velocity v. Then the relative velocity of the gases, we consider here the relative velocity, that is u minus v. According to Newton's third law, what is the reaction? That reaction is nothing but we call it as a thrust also. The reaction is the mass into velocity. So that is the rate change of mass into velocity, that is relative velocity. So dm by dt and into u minus v. Here the negative side, that is this is nothing but reaction. So this is the thrust acting on the rocket system. This is the thrust. Thrust is nothing but a reaction. Due to this thrust, only the rocket moves in the upward direction. So if this is a force, means the force acts upon the rocket, it is the dm by dt into u minus v. According to second law, the force, if the force acts on a system, it produces some acceleration. So that is due to this force, rocket moves with some certain acceleration. What is that acceleration? Next is, after calculating the extra force acting upon the rocket system, next we are calculating the acceleration. So let us see. Let us calculate the acceleration. So in this acceleration, we have to calculate in two cases. That is first case, suppose say there is no external force. External force is here nothing but a gravitational force. We are not considering the gravitational force acting on the rocket system. That is, say the F external is equal to 0 in the absence of external force. Already we know the rocket equation in the yesterday's class, variable mass system equation. That just remind that equation. M dv by dt is equal to F external force plus relative velocity into dm by dt. This equation, this is the variable mass system equation. In this, we are substituting F external, means external force acting on this system will be 0. F external is equal to 0. So on substituting, the equation changes into this. See this equation. M dv by dt is equal to relative velocity u dm by dt, or dv by dt is nothing but rate change of velocity, that is acceleration, ma. Ma is equal to this equation. Ma is equal to u relative velocity, u relative velocity into dm by dt. See, we want acceleration. What is the acceleration by this equation? A is equal to, A is nothing but dv by dt. This u relative velocity dm by dt by m. This is the acceleration. So with this acceleration, rocket moves. Means by this equation, what we understand that this acceleration depends upon three factors. That is, A, acceleration depends upon the relative velocity and the rate change of mass and the instantaneous mass of the rocket. Depends upon the three factors. That means, see here in this slide you are observing that is dependence of acceleration of a rocket by above equation. Here A is equal to, that is this first one. By above equation, what we understand that this acceleration is directly proportional to the relative velocity. It is similarly, it is proportional to the rate change of mass, and inversely proportional to m, instantaneous mass of the rocket. So let us, after calculating this acceleration, means this acceleration a is equal to relative velocity dm by dt by m here. So after the a is nothing but dv by dt. That means dv by dt is equal to this same. By this equation we can calculate the velocity. Next step. So first what we have done? We have done the force acting upon the rocket, that is F thrust or F reaction. What is the reaction force and what is the acceleration, and we are now going to calculate the velocity of the rocket at any instant time. So that is the process of this rocket equation. So this is how, let us see how we derive the velocity of a rocket. See here this equation, same our acceleration equation, that is dv. By the acceleration equation we can write this dv as dt cancelled on left hand side and right hand side. The remaining is dv is equal to u relative velocity into dm by m. Here we are using here minus, means mass decreases with respect to time. So after that, if we integrate, we get the velocity. If we integrate this equation, so let us integrate this equation. So that is integration dv is equal to this equation. Integration dv is equal to minus u relative velocity, again integration dm by m. See this. Again integration dv is equal to minus u relative velocity integration dm by m. Integrating this, integration dv is nothing but v minus u relative velocity integration of dm by m is nothing but a log e m, plus we use a constant, that is here integration constant. Next step, we have to calculate the value of constant. So in integration method, let us calculate the constant of integration by substituting the initial conditions. What are the initial conditions? Suppose say the mass of the rocket at initially, that is m naught, and its initial velocity is v naught. Just substituting this equation, these values in above equation, this one, not this one. So here v naught in place of v is equal to v naught is equal to minus u relative velocity log e m naught plus c. By this, the c can be, the constant of integration can be calculated as v naught, this minus here comes, plus v naught plus u relative velocity log e m naught. So again this substituting this constant of integration in our velocity equation. In this equation we get the velocity equation. This is the velocity equation. See here, this is this. So this is the substituting the c value in the velocity equation. V is equal to minus u relative velocity log e m plus v naught plus u relative velocity log e m naught. On simplifying, v minus v naught is equal to u relative velocity taking as a common the equation log e m naught minus log e m. Therefore next step, v minus v naught is equal to u relative velocity log of m naught by m, that is log a minus log b is nothing but log of a by b. Using the logarithmic principles we can write this equation. So the final equation of the rocket, it is this equation. From this equation the v can be written as v naught plus u relative velocity log of m naught by m. This is the velocity of our rocket system. This is known as a first equation. Sometimes it is known as a first equation of motion of rocket without considering the gravitational force, without considering the external force, without considering the weight of the rocket. This is the means it gives the velocity of the rocket at any instant of time. Here v naught is the initial velocity of the rocket. Relative velocity means this is the relative velocity of, that is u is equal to u minus v, that is relative velocity of gases and the rocket. And m naught is the initial mass, m is the mass at an instant time, mass of rocket at in an instant of time. So by substituting these values in this equation, we can calculate the velocity of rocket at any instant. Same we have to calculate in second case by considering the weight of the rocket, that is gravitational force. By considering the gravitational force, let us calculate the velocity of a rocket at any instant time. See, for that purpose again we have to take the rocket equation, that is, suppose say same, just again consider the rocket system. See, the rocket moves with due to the act of thrust, that is, this is thrust. This is the, say, 1 minute. So this is the thrust acting on the thrust is nothing but a reaction, and if we consider, that is, the gravitational force act upon this system, that is F is equal to mg. So this is mg. See here, this is mg. F is equal to mg. Then the resultant force will be equal to, that is, thrust is nothing but your relative velocity dm by dt. So the resultant must be equal, the resultant force must be equal to this upward direction force minus the downward direction force, that is that external force m dv by dt must be equal to upward force. What is upward force? U relative velocity dm by dt. Downward force, that is gravitational force, that is mg. This gives the resultant force, that net force acting upon the rocket system. So U relative velocity dm by dt minus mg. Here a is taken to be negative because this is in downward direction. The resultant force means minus. Similarly, just again we have to concentrate on dv, means to calculate the velocity. So by taking m right side, that is dv by dt is equal to u relative velocity by m dm by dt, means we are dividing this equation, the m on the right side of this equation with m. So dv by dt is equal to u relative velocity by m dm by dt minus g. Again we have to, the same process we have to follow in the case of 1, that is we have to integrate it, or dividing this equation with dt, multiplying all the terms by dt, the equation converts into dv is equal to this equation. dv is equal to u relative velocity dm by m minus g dt. Again we have to substitute the dm as minus dm because mass is decreasing. Substitute that one, then the equation changes to dv is equal to minus u relative velocity dm by m minus g dt. Now integrate this equation, we get the final velocity of the rocket, that is integration dv is equal to minus integration dv is equal to minus integration u real dm by m minus integration g dt, the same. On integrating this dv, we get v minus u relative velocity into log of this integration is dm by m is log m minus g integration of dt is t minus gt plus again we use here integration constant. This is the integration. After this integration again we have to calculate the integration constant. See, for that purpose applying the substituting the initial conditions, that is at time t is equal to 0 means at initially the mass of the rocket is equal to total mass, that is m is equal to m naught. Similarly v is equal to v naught. Substitute these values in this equation. V naught is equal to minus u relative velocity log e m naught t is equal to 0 plus c. By this c comes as c is equal to v naught plus u relative velocity log of log e m naught. Substituting again this in this equation, velocity equation, we get the final equation of the rocket with considering the external force. Let us substitute. Substitute this equation. On substituting this equation, we get, see here, v is equal to, see here, v is equal to minus u relative velocity log e m minus gt plus v naught plus u relative velocity log of e that is log e m naught. Here e is a Napier's logarithm, that is next step v minus v naught is equal to, by this equation again relative velocity taking as a common, u relative velocity of log of m naught minus log m minus gt. Next step v minus v naught is equal to u relative velocity log of m naught by m minus gt. Next we need we want the final equation, that is v. V can be written as minus v naught comes here plus v naught plus u relative velocity log of m naught by m minus gt. This is the final equation. Final means final velocity of final, not final, the velocity at any instant with considering the external force. So v is equal to v naught plus u relative velocity log of m naught by m minus gt. So if you observe the so one thing you have to remember here, that is this is known as a second equation of motion of rocket. Already we derived the first equation, this is the second equation. So if you observe the difference between this first equation and the second equation, in first equation there is no minus gt term here. Gt is there in that equation, gt is absent because we are not considering the gravitational force in that case. So the only the difference is if we omit this term, again we get the first equation of rocket. So that is the velocity of a rocket at any instant of time. So this is only the difference, the gt absent. So this is the second equation. If the suppose again in this by this equation again one case, that is if the initial velocity of rocket is 0, what happened? Then the final velocity can be, by substituting v naught is equal to 0, the equation changes into v is equal to final velocity of the rocket is equal to u relative velocity log of m naught by m minus gt. So this is the velocity of rocket with considering the gravitational force. Next this is about motion of rocket. Next, after understanding the motion of rocket, let us understand the multi-stage rocket system. Here by this equation this velocity here, by this equation, this velocity depends upon what? Here see, this velocity, this v, velocity of rocket depends upon the this relative velocity and the mass also. Here, if this is v is proportional to, that is u relative velocity. Similarly, v is indirectly proportional to 1 by m. So if the final mass will be less, then the velocity of the rocket will be maximum. Similarly, if the relative velocity of the gases is more, the velocity of the rocket is also more. So by keeping these in our concentration to obtain maximum velocity, to obtain maximum velocity for a rocket, its final stage at its means after after the final stage of rocket, this velocity depends upon the relative velocity of the gases to be gases, and that means the relative velocity of the gases to be maximum. Just now we discussed. That is, similarly, final mass of the rocket M is very much less than initial mass of the rocket. Then only m naught by m will be larger. If m naught m by will be larger, v also large. So that is the this that is the main things we understand. We understand from this equation. Okay. Similar next, this relative velocity again depends upon again the temperature here. The relative velocity of the gases, means the gases are ejecting from the nozzle of the rocket now. So this relative velocity of gases again depends upon the temperature and pressure and the area of cross section of the nozzle, that is within the chamber. So now coming to our rocket system, with the presently using the temperature of the chamber is 3000, see here, 3000 degrees centigrade. Let us calculate what is the velocity of the rocket under these conditions. Due to this temperature and depending upon the cross section of the nozzle, the maximum relative velocity will be 2 km per second. Similarly, m naught by m also, that is by designing m naught by m maintained nearly equal to 10. For these are the designs for the solid fuel. For this, if we use solid, this m naught by m will be again low. So by this, if we calculate the final velocity, then similarly, without considering the gravitational force, our rocket velocity will be, see here, v is equal to, by using rocket equation, initial velocity will be 0. This is relative velocity 2 log of m naught by m. M naught by m is nothing but 10. On substituting, again g is equal to 0. Here you are not considering the gravitational force. So final velocity will be 2 into 2 log 10 will be 2.3. Final velocity will be 4.6 kilometer per second only. Means this velocity is very less. But to launch a satellite in its orbit, it should move with greater than the orbital velocity. The orbital velocity is nothing but 8 km per second, and the escape velocity will be 11.2 km per second. So the velocity should be equal to 11.2 km per second. But the calculations is v is equal to 4.6 km per second. This is very much less. So we have to increase the velocity. How? That is by using the multi-stage rocket system. Only for single stage we are getting only the 4.6 km per second. So using this velocity, it is not possible to launch a satellite in its orbit. We have to give 11.2 km per second velocity. So to attain this, a multi-stage rocket system is introduced. So see here, this is the See here, this is the multi-stage rocket system you are observing in this slide. See here, this is three stage system rocket. That is here, this is the first stage engine. This is the first stage. Similarly, this is the second stage engine. This is the second stage. Similarly, this is the third stage engine. This is the third stage. Satellite, our satellite is here, and this is a cone shaped cap said. This is the multi-stage rocket system design. See what happens as the rocket moves upward direction. At the end of the first stage, after completion of this first stage, rocket attains how much velocity? Just now we have calculated 4.6 km per second. This first stage did now at that then this first stage detached from this multi-stage rocket system, detached from this system. So its velocity add up to the second stage. Next, second stage starts works. After some time, this second stage also detached from the rocket system. Finally, with all different stages, the rocket attains a required velocity. Then it is easy to launch the satellite in its orbit. This is the purpose of a multi-stage rocket system. This is the design of the multi-stage rocket system. This is the multi-stage rocket system. Okay, this is the today's class. Just recall what we have learnt in this class, that is motion of rocket. See here, motion of rocket. This motion of rocket, the principle involved in this motion of rocket is nothing but Newton's third law. That is, for every action there is an opposite reaction. Due to the reaction, the rocket moves in upward direction. Here, here you observing this rocket, when the fuel gases burn, the gases eject from the nozzle with high speed in the form of, say, that is action. Due to this action, the reaction acts on this rocket in opposite direction. Due to this reaction, rocket moves. This reaction is nothing but a thrust. So, thrust, due to the thrust acting upon this rocket. Thrust is nothing but a U real into dm by dt. This is the force acting upon the rocket. So, see what is the force acting upon. See here, this is the thrust reaction. This is the reaction force. This is the thrust acting on the rocket. Due to this force, rocket moves. This force, that is, due to this force, the rocket moves with some acceleration. See what is the acceleration. So by taking this rocket equation, so this is rocket equation. We are not considering the external force here, that is gravitational force. That is, this should be 0. Then the remaining mdv by dt is equal to, that can be written as mva is equal to u relative velocity dm by dt. Here we need acceleration. Acceleration is equal to dv by dt again, u relative velocity dm by dt by m. By this, what we understand that this acceleration depends upon relative velocity, that is dm by dt, and the mass of the rocket at any instant. So this, by this acceleration equation, we can calculate the velocity of rocket at any instant. See here, this is the velocity equation. Just integrate this equation. We get the final equation of this rocket like this after integrating. So this is the final equation. V is equal to V naught plus u relative velocity log of E m naught by m. This is the first equation of the rocket. Suppose sometimes by considering the gravitational force, what is the velocity of the rocket? For that purpose, what is the resultant force acting upon the rocket system? This is the resultant force is nothing but mdv by dt is equal to thrust minus, suppose say this is thrust, this is the gravitational force, the resultant must be equal to T minus mg. T is nothing but thrust, that must be equal to ma. So this is the equation. So m dv by dt is equal to u relative velocity dm by dt minus mg. dv by dt can be written as u relative velocity by m dm by dt minus g by multiplying with dt, or or any method you use by integrating this equation. dv is equal to u relative dm by m minus gt. Substitute in place of dm is equal to minus dm because it is a mass decreasing system. So dv is equal to this equation. Okay, by substituting, finally you get the final equation of the final velocity of the rocket as this one: v is equal to v naught u relative velocity log em naught by m minus gt. This second rocket equation, the difference between first and second is only the gt term. In the first equation, this gt term will be absent because we are not considering the gravitational force. Similarly, if we assume the velocity of the initial velocity of the rocket is 0, then the final velocity will be this equation. This equation. By this equation, we can calculate the final velocity of the rocket. For now the final velocity of our rocket system comes as only the 4.6 kilometer per second only, because this is initial velocity will be 0, that is relative velocity of now present we are using the fuel gas liquid fuels, it will be 2, and m naught m by will be 10, and substituting we get only 4.6 kilometer per second. But to launch a satellite, this is not sufficient velocity. So to increase the velocity, we have to use the multi-stage rocket system. So this is the multi-stage rocket system: first stage, second stage, third stage. As the rocket moves on, the first stage starts works. After some time, this first stage, at the end of the first stage, the rocket attains the 4.6 kilometer per second velocity, and it detach from this rocket system. The second stage starts works. So this velocity adds to the second stage. Similarly, after some time, this is the second stage also detached. Finally, our rocket attains the needed velocity, that is more that is orbital velocity 11.2 kilometer per second. Actually orbital velocity is 8 kilometer per second. This is escape velocity 11.2 kilometer per second. So lastly our rocket attains required maximum velocity to launch the satellite. So this is today's class.